In this video, I will be sharing the top 10 worst degrees or programs in Canada for international students or students in general, and why they may not be the best investment of your time and money. Hi, my name is Kiko. Hope you're doing well and welcome to Kiko Speaks. From high unemployment rates to low earning potential, I'll be breaking down the degrees that may not be the best investment for your future. So if you're a student looking to make the most of your time and money, stick around and watch this video. Let's get started. First on the list is English literature and even English as a second language or ESL. As a student, you may consider studying English literature or take 1 to 2 years of ESL to improve your language skills and gain a deeper understanding of Canadian culture. However, before making your decision, it is important to consider whether it is worthwhile. Here, the first thing is about the job prospects. English literature graduates have difficulty finding stable and well-paying jobs in Canada. Many end up working in low-paying jobs in fields that have nothing to do with their degree. In a study by the Canadian Center for Policy Alternatives, English literature graduates have the lowest median income of all university graduates in Canada. Another issue is the crowding of the field. The job market is saturated with so many students graduating with English literature degrees. You will have to work harder to stand out and secure a job. Now, let's talk about the cost. Studying English literature can be expensive, and you may have to pay higher tuition fees as an international student. The cost of living in Canada can also be high, which can add to the financial burden. This might not even help you with your PGWP or postgraduate work permit. Next on the list is education. Another degree to avoid is education. Despite the importance of education, the job market for teachers in Canada is becoming increasingly competitive. Many provinces are facing budget cuts, which means fewer jobs and more competition for those available. Additionally, many teachers are facing low salaries and poor working conditions. The truth is that a degree in education may not be the best investment of your time and money in Canada. According to the Canadian Center for Policy Alternatives data, education graduates have the highest unemployment rate of any field in Canada at 11.5%. It is particularly more than the national average of 5.8%. Furthermore, education graduates are also more likely to be underemployed, meaning they are working in jobs that do not require their degree. But it is not just about finding a job after graduation. The average starting salary for education graduates is also lower than in other fields, coming in at just $48,000 per year. It is nearly $10,000 less than the average starting salary for engineering and computer science graduates. Another issue facing education graduates in Canada is a lack of job security. With school boards facing budget cuts and teacher shortages, many education graduates face layoffs and uncertain job prospects. So, why is the education field in Canada facing such challenges? Well, one major factor is the oversupply of graduates. With more and more students choosing to study education, there are not enough jobs to go around. This oversupply also drives down salaries and makes it even harder for graduates to find work. Next on the list is a degree in fine arts. It may seem like a dream to study painting or sculpture, but the reality is that the job market for fine artists is extremely competitive. While pursuing a career in the arts can be incredibly fulfilling, making a living wage can also be difficult. According to a recent study, fine artists in Canada have an unemployment rate of 14.4%, the highest of any profession. Additionally, the average salary of a fine artist in Canada is around $40,000 a year, making it difficult to pay off student loans and support yourself. Many international students are drawn to Canada for its reputation in the arts, but a fine arts degree program is often considered one of the worst job prospects. Graduates often struggle to find employment in their field and may have to take on low-paying jobs to make ends meet. Next is communications. Before you decide to go for a communications degree in Canada, it is important to weigh the pros and cons of this field of this study. Unfortunately, many students have found that a degree in communications is not the best choice for their career goals. If you study engineering or medicine, you can work in a specific field in high demand. But with communications, there are many different areas of study, such as journalism, public relations, advertising, and media studies. It can make it hard for students to focus on one specific area and make them less attractive to employers. Furthermore, many students who study communications find that the curriculum is not as challenging or engaging as they had hoped, because the courses focused on theory are not as hands-on as other degrees. It can be a major disappointment for students who are looking for a more practical education. Lastly, the cost of studying communications in Canada can be quite high. Many students find that they are not getting value for their money, as the education they receive is not as valuable as other degrees. Next is philosophy. Studying philosophy may seem like a fascinating and thought-provoking field that has been studied for centuries, but when it comes to choosing a degree program in Canada, there are a few reasons why philosophy may not be the best choice. First, let's talk about job prospects. Unfortunately, the job market for philosophy majors is not very strong. Many people with a philosophy degree end up working in fields that are not directly related to their major, such as education or marketing. It means you may have a harder time finding a job related to your degree. Another thing to take into account is the cost of studying in Canada. As a student, you are already paying a premium to study here. Choosing a degree program that may not lead to a well-paying job can make it even harder to make ends meet. But finally, let's talk about the competition. Canada is home to the best individuals in the world, and many students are vying for a limited number of spots in degree programs. Choosing a program that is not as in demand can make it harder to get accepted into a university. So what's the bottom line? Studying philosophy can be a fascinating and rewarding experience, but it is important to consider the job prospects, cost, and competition when choosing a degree program in Canada. If you're a future student, it may be worth considering other options that may lead to better job prospects and more affordable education. Another worst degree program for students in Canada is Anthropology, as the job market for anthropology graduates in Canada is extremely limited. Many students who study anthropology end up working in fields that have nothing to do with their degrees, such as retail or food service. Even those who find jobs in their field often struggle to find work that pays well or offers long-term stability. Another issue is that anthropology is not a very versatile degree. Many students who study anthropology find their skills and knowledge not transferable to other fields, making it difficult to switch careers or advance in their current ones. Additionally, studying anthropology can be incredibly expensive for international students. The tuition and living expenses in Canada are already high, and studying anthropology may not be worth the investment if you're not sure you'll be able to probe a job in your field. While anthropology may seem like an interesting and unique degree choice, it is important to consider the limited job opportunities, lack of versatility, and high cost before deciding. It will be better to look into other degrees that offer more practical career paths and better job prospects. Next on the list is gender studies. This degree may sound interesting, however, it is not always true. Gender studies is not a popular choice among international students in Canada. It has been considered one of the worst degrees in terms of employability. The main reason is that the job market for gender studies graduates is limited. Many careers in this field are not in high demand, so it can be difficult for graduates to find employment. Additionally, many employers do not see a direct link between gender studies and the job they are hiring for. Another reason why gender studies is considered a poor choice is because it is not a versatile degree. Unlike other majors such as business or engineering, gender studies philosophy does not offer many opportunities for students to branch out and explore other career paths. It can be troublesome for graduates to find a job they truly enjoy. Lastly, gender studies is not a unique degree. In recent years, many universities have started offering this major, which means that there is a lot of competition for graduates in the job market. Next is history. History is an incredibly important subject that helps us understand the past and the present. However, when it comes to career opportunities, it might not be the best choice for international students. One of the main reasons is that history degrees are not as in demand as other degrees. Many employers are looking for engineering, computer science, and business graduates. These fields offer more job opportunities and often come with higher salaries. The curriculum is also very focused on Canadian history, which may not be relevant or interesting to international students. And the coursework can be very dry and unengaging, making it difficult for students to stay motivated. Another reason is that history degrees are not as versatile as other degrees. It isn't easy to transfer the skills you learn in history degree to other fields. For example, a history degree might not be the best choice if you're interested in working in the tech industry. It is also worth mentioning that history is a very competitive field. There are a lot of historical graduates competing for a limited number of jobs. It makes it difficult for international students to find work after graduation. So, what does this mean for international students? If you are an international student studying in Canada, you might want to weigh the pros and cons before making your decision. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't study history at all. You can still take history courses as electives or minors, but you might want to focus on a degree that will give you more career opportunities. Next is political science. In Canada, the job market for political science graduates is highly competitive and the earning potential is relatively low. According to Statistics Canada, the median salary for political science graduates is around $50,000 per year, which is significantly lower than the median salary for graduates in other fields such as engineering, business, and computer science. Additionally, the job market for political science graduates is highly competitive, with many graduates struggling to find work in their field. It is because there are a limited number of jobs in politics, government, and public policy, and many of these jobs are highly sought after by graduates from other disciplines. Another major concern for international students studying political science in Canada is the lack of opportunities for post-graduation work. Many political science graduates struggle to find employment in Canada after graduation and are often forced to return to their home countries in search for work. It can be a major setback for international students who may have invested significant time and money into their education in Canada. Next is sociology. The job market for sociology majors is extremely competitive. With a surplus of graduates and a limited demand for sociologists, it can be difficult for students to find employment after graduation. Many end up working in fields unrelated to their degree or taking on low-paying jobs. Additionally, sociology courses often lack practical hands-on experience. Unlike other fields such as engineering or business, sociology students cannot work on real-world projects or internships. It can make it difficult for them to gain the skills and expertise they need to succeed in their careers. Another issue with sociology is that it is often seen as a soft field of study. Many employers and society generally do not value sociology as a valuable or important discipline. It will lead to a lack of respect for sociology majors and difficulty finding respect in their chosen fields. Finally, the coursework in sociology can often be overly theoretical and abstract. Many students find it difficult to understand and apply the concepts they learn in class to real-world situations. It can make the subject matter uninteresting and difficult to understand. Remember, just because a degree may be considered worst doesn't mean it is not valuable or there are any job opportunities. It is just that these degrees are considered less in demand and less profitable than others. I encourage you to research and carefully consider your options before making a decision. Now, we talk about the programs that may not be the best for you. At this point of the video, you might be wondering, so when you finish your program, what are the best strategies to find a job? That's why your next step is to watch this video where I'll show you the strategies to catch that dream job. So there you have it, a few examples of programs that you might want to avoid as much as possible. Thanks for watching and be sure to like and subscribe for more useful tips and information. Ciao!